What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy, 5 Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my co-host, my guy, the only Sacramento Kings fan / Golden State Warriors fan that I know. What's this morning, man?
Yeah, I'm just rooting for. I'm just rooting for him in this series, but we'll see how it goes.
You
And
see your shirt and you see my cap.
yeah,
Now,
I got my shirt on.
I
I'm
got my
ready to
cap
go.
on because I got my cap on just because I got some great news today, but we'll get to that a little bit later.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
let's get to yesterday's news first.
My match got rained out. It hasn't played yet, so
Yeah.
we'll talk about that one tomorrow. If you don't remember, it's blended benches minus 5.5 games, and they have yet to play. And when I checked before we went on, I think they already canceled for the day. So I think
Yeah,
it's
they
for
did.
sure going on tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
that whole tournament is watched maybe for a couple days. I was checking out the weather. It's over in the Netherlands, man. It's like they got a monsoon today. It's like 19 miles per hour wind and raining. So good luck with catching the game on that. I took BENCIC, but I made sure that I put on just a parlay that I had, and that one is still going. I had her with Bonzi this morning, and I had her with Senega, but Senega is also on delay as well. They're out in Stuttgart, out in Germany, and
they delayed. They were playing when I woke up.
they were playing, but they delayed it, and now it's saying the rest of the evening it's raining. You know how it is, man. Europe gets a lot of rain, so it's gonna be raining over there
Send
all
some over
day,
here, man.
right? Because it's 112. You know, we got some record highs in Vegas. It's a heat advisory out this whole week.
Yeah, we
It's
getting
gonna
that at
be
the end of the week.
So I'm gonna have to let the kids go out to the park. The park's right by my house, and I got the backyard as well. But the park's like literally you could jump over my brick fence, but I wouldn't do that if I was you. But you could jump over that brick fence, and you like right at the park, you know. And it's like the park's like right around the corner from us. But they had to go in the morning, man. We're gonna have to go out there like 7:30 a.m. or something and let them run around because I have to take them out because they're itching like kids supposed to run around and get some of that adrenaline up off of them. Because if not, they'll drive me crazy in here. But it's too hot that normal time. We usually can go out about like 3 or so and kicking. But they say this week don't even try it. That the sun will burn you alive. I didn't have any luck with. I went out on a limb, took a 2-1 odds on a girl who's um, she's impressive, but she's one of those type that has all these tools but doesn't know how to hone it yet. Um, so we took a L this morning with BURRAGE, and she lost. She broke Zhang on the first game. I'm feeling good, like, oh yeah, she comes right back and gets broke the next one. And I'm talking about Zhang didn't do anything. It was just her like 2 double faults, spraying a couple forehands into the net that were winners, wide open courts, not taking advantage of it. Just she's I can't say she's young because she's 23, and in tennis standards that's middle age, so
Yeah.
she's mature enough to be defeating Zhang. Zhang is 33 years old. She doesn't have it like she used to, but she's still very good at passing shots, very accurate with her two-handed backhand, and she made her pay for it, man. And then the girl took over the second set, and I was like, okay, we're back in there. She's at home. The crowd's with her. She might get to the third set and can pull it off. Serving for the set, 5-4, loses 40 love, two double faults again, and 2 errors. Just not giving herself a chance. So, when they're doing that type of stuff, it's nothing but you're dealing with nerves. They haven't realized how to calm themselves and to play on these big points. And those are the things that make the great players like Nadal so good, is because on the bigger the point, the bigger they are able to calm their nerves and raise their levels, So we took an L on that one, reaching for that one. But hey, we'll get it back. We still got spreads pending. That's looking pretty good. I do believe BENCIC will cover. So hopefully we'll be 1-1 by tomorrow and add these couple on tonight and make it 3-1. Okay, man, let's get to talk a little bit of finals, man, real quick, man, before we get to the ball and parlay, man. You already got the news. Starting at guard. Starting at guard for the Boston Celtics, number 48, Scott Foster.
Unbelievable, man. And you know what's funny? And I don't want to be too much of a hater here, right? I'll try and be positive about this. But I sent you a tweet, right? I sent
Yeah,
you a tweet yesterday,
yeah,
and it listed off the highest ranked basketball games. NBA was like fourth.
yep,
I wonder
yep.
why that is. I wonder why games like who was number one? UNC Kansas, the
Yep.
championship game. I
Great
wonder why a
game.
college game with, let's be honest, I mean, those are great players and they're well coached. Not nearly the talent level of NBA players, right? The
Nope.
NFL doesn't beat the Super Bowl, doesn't beat the national. I mean, the national championship game doesn't beat the Super Bowl. Why isn't the NBA able to match the ratings of some of these games? And I would have to think that it's going to things like tonight, where
Yep.
the officiating is so inconsistent from game to game that I think it makes it hard for either fan side to get in there, right? Like, obviously, I was on the Warriors last game, right? So I was like, hey, that game's officiated fine. I don't care that they let them play physical. You were really frustrated with it, right? I'm sure it's going to be the
Super.
same for me tonight if I'm rooting for the Warriors. Now, I'm going to be joining you in this bet today because, right, money over emotion here, right? I mean, I'm a Kings fan. I mean, they're
As
just a
I
local
should have
team,
for
right?
the whole game with you.
But I mean, if Steph's on the bench in 2 to 3 minutes tonight, and he gets 2 quick fouls, is that something that we want to see? Do we all tune in to watch Steph Curry sit on the bench or Draymond Green to sit on the bench? So,
All I can say is turnabout is fair play.
yeah, and that's the sport that I've chosen to handicap, right? So you can't be upset, but at the same
But
time, it is a little disappointing when that's the main headline for the day, right? It's not how are they going to
main
counteract
headline.
this zone? How are they going to keep Draymond Green on Jaylen Brown, who did an excellent job out on the perimeter, right? Will Kevon Looney continue to do well inside? Is Robert Williams going to feel better? There's all these great storylines that are being overshadowed by the officiating. And I mean, I guess they're making enough money, right? I mean, like what James Harden's about to get $200 million for being washed up, so it's not like these
Kyrie
guys are
too.
hurting financially.
Kyrie, they say Kyrie getting his contract as well.
He's not really washed though, like Harden.
No, he's not washed at all. Period. I wasn't meaning by that, but I'm saying he still was able to go. Remember, we spoke about all the trouble that was going on in
Is he really
Brooklyn.
going to get it?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't see that. I
Yeah,
guess
he's
it
gonna.
makes sense because otherwise they got to start over, right? Because if he leaves
They're
and
giving it
KD
one
don't want
more
to be
shot.
there,
They're giving it
yeah,
one more shot. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work by the end of the year. It won't be hard to trade Kyrie Irving.
I think it will. I don't think anyone wants him.
Uh, they say
Like,
that until you put him on the market. Look at what he brings. Everyone needs a point guard with
no,
the type
nobody
of
needs a
ability.
point guard. Who needs a
Well, what
point
I'm
guard?
saying is he's better than. Let's see, the only person who you want not would want to replace him maybe Damian Lillard, Steph Curry. Who else? I mean,
Okay, but
Melo
let's
because
say
he's
like you're the
young,
Houston
but
Rockets,
Melo
you don't
doesn't play
want him.
better than him.
Let's say you're the Houston Rockets, you don't want him, right? Or say you're
Yeah,
the
I'll
Indiana
see Kevin
Pacers,
Porter
you don't
Jr.
want him.
Yeah, I do. We'll see Kevin Porter Jr. Yeah, I
Okay.
would want him.
See, I don't think so. I think that if you're the Rockets, you build on this timeline now, and you realize
I
you're not
like
going
the
to win.
timeline, but Kevin Porter Jr. is a head case. He's calmed down. He's did a lot better with his mental aspects, and approaches to the game since arriving to Houston. He's been a professional 90% of the time, but that's not enough. We need to be 100% of the time. He still sulks. He still won't check into the game sometimes because he's too
Yeah,
comfortable with our coach. He feels like he's obviously tried to reach out to him, become a friend to him in order to open up his game. Now, don't get me wrong, he has some great numbers. Kevin Porter's number one in the league on catch and shoot. That's why I can't understand why the Rockets have him on the ball. My dream scenario would be for us to get a real point guard like Kyrie, because I believe if Kyrie came over there, he would understand that, to feed these athletic young wings. He's good friends with Jalen Green. They work out together and stuff. So I think he would be able to have chemistry with him. And then you bring KPJ off the bench. If he would understand, hey, I could be the guy, as far as, and I could do all this stuff that I want to do and be Jalen when I come in and control the game with the bench, he'd be my guy. But I don't think, sometimes I feel like he's kind of trying to show the world that I'm just as good as Jalen or better during the game when they're playing. A lot of times when the game's close and it's important positions, he takes terrible threes just to kind of be the guy. And I don't like that. I don't like that mental approach, not being able to understand what you are and who you are. He kind of, I think, is trying to show people that he's as good as Jalen, and we don't need that right now. We need it to be clear and obvious that Jalen's the number one option, and who's ever there, they're trying to understand, feed that philosophy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would just say that I don't think it's a coincidence that Kyrie left the Celtics and now they're in the finals.
Oh, of
and
course,
he's not there.
I agree.
They're better without him. They're better with Marcus
It isn't his
Smart at the
game. We
point.
know it's not his game. We know it's not. If he was there with the Celtics, they would be unstoppable this year. We know that. But the problem
think
is,
so? I don't know if they would, because they wouldn't be the best defense in the NBA. Remember how we
Kyrie
talked
can play
about who you're going to
defense when he wants
target?
to. But Kyrie
Yeah,
can play D
but
when he
I
wants
don't
to. You
want. I
know
don't
that.
want to have
He
to.
can
But I
play
don't want
good
to
D
have
when he
to
wants
beg.
to.
I don't want to have to beg my player to play defense. I want a player like Marcus Smart that's going to come in there, play defense, and then demand from my teammates that they play defense, because I play defense in February.
Well, who do you
I play
want?
defense in December.
Who do you want shooting those threes that Marcus Smart is taking?
That's true, but I'm just saying they wouldn't have that defensive rating, and they. I personally don't think
they
they'd be
could
where they
have. I
are.
think they could have. Not
I
for the
don't
whole
think so.
season.
I don't think it's a
but it's
coincidence that he
spurts and
left
spots.
and they're better. I don't think it's a coincidence that he left and that they're better. That they're a team now. It's great team basketball. They weren't a team before. So and he was taking away looks from Tatum. He was taking away looks from Brown. He was hindering their development. He's gone. Those guys have both taken a step up. Marcus Smart is a leader, you know, and he does a better job of distributing the ball. I don't know. There's not a lot of teams where I'm looking at them and I go, oh, they'd be better if they had Kyrie Irving.
It's not because of his game, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, somebody talent over.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
how
if you're
many
a
championships have
GM,
Antonio Brown gotten?
Yeah, I know, same thing, but he's not going to be playing no more either. He's going to be on those barbershop shows with LeBron.
Problem like Antonio Brown. He's never had a case in his life. He's never been in any trouble. The only thing
he just don't show up for work.
He's a model finishing off the court, bro. He's a model. No, he didn't want to go to work because he didn't want to take the vaccine. But that's
last year he did this too, though. Last year he disappeared for 2 to 3 weeks too.
Oh yeah,
just took personal time.
But that's because he's not dealing with a franchise that can stand on his neck, and obviously it wouldn't be there like that in Houston.
I don't think there's a lot of franchises.
Houston's not the right place, because Houston would definitely let him do whatever the hell he wants.
I don't know where he fits in. That's just good, you know. Like
the Lakers. I'm hearing
they don't have anything to give up for him. You're not taking broke Russell Westbrook for Kyrie.
If
you trade for Russell Westbrook, KD already did want to play with him one time. He ain't gonna take him back.
Oh, if he comes, KD might retire on the spot.
KD he'll just demand a trade and go win somewhere else.
Yeah, he might just step away if they tell him Westbrook is coming over to Brooklyn. Yeah, man. But
we'll see how it goes. I think they're going to regret giving him that contract. I think he's a beautiful, wonderful, skilled individual player. I don't know how much he helps your team win. You know, and that's just my take.
I feel like he just needs the right environment, and like you say, it's very.
But at this age, I don't think you can tell him anything. I don't think he's going to
Miami. Imagine him with the Heat.
I think he'd be off the team by December.
Pat Riley would know how to deal with him. I'm telling you.
I don't think he would. I don't think Pat Riley would put up with them.
I think Pat Riley
would do more push-ups than him. Did you see that quote? That got me hyped, because I'm an old dude trying to stay in shape. So I said, I'm trying to be like Pat Riley and challenge people to push-up contest when I'm 77. Let's go.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then just to think about just a little on Pat Riley, since we're on that, man, Pat Riley is an amazing dude. He kind of allowed Spoelstra to take the same route as him, because he saw some of the same things in him. You know, he started as a film room guy without a job, and he's taking it all the way into building 3 organizations. He, kept the Lakers afloat after Westfall got him there and turned it into a dynasty from just a one-hit wonder. Went to the Knicks, played a whole different style of basketball than what he was playing in LA, because he had to deal with the personnel and change up his whole philosophy. Did that with the Knicks and was successful. They pushed it all the way to Eastern Conference Final. Then he goes and builds Miami from the ground up, his baby. He's been running that thing since they created the franchise, and they have more titles than the Knicks now.
And he also told LeBron, "Hey, I'm the GM. You want to run the show? Get lost." So that's why LeBron
he regrets
left.
that, though. He regrets that.
I don't think he does.
He wished they could have worked it out in a way that both of them were happy. He said it already. He said it to the media.
Yeah, I guess
before.
that's true.
But they had some, bro. They missed a great opportunity. If he could have fixed that, oh my God, they would have been good still.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about Warriors 6 of 8. They could have done the same thing.
Dude, if he's in place of Jimmy Butler over there with that team, oh man, that's stupid. You know that because Bron's one of those guys that holds a whole another bar of excellence, and then he's great at getting it across to his teammates without making them feel like they're outside of his circle. Everybody feels like they're part of his circle and their buddies. He's a great team leader.
Do you think Lakers going to bounce back next year now that they got a different coach? They got Darvin Ham, and did you see this one? Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed Wallace is gonna take all that bitch assness up out of AD.
I know. As a Lakers hater, I'm worried.
He's gonna take, but the problem with the Lakers, this is what troubled me. Ham thinks he can fix Westbrook. That's the
I just don't think they have an option. I just don't think they have an option. Like, what do they do?
Maybe he's selling it in the media, and they're gonna. You gotta trade him to a trash team for whatever you can get for him, and let him be the show.
I don't think anybody will take him because, from what I've read, every other team's like, you got to give us draft picks, plural. We're not just taking that 2027. And first of all, there's not many GMs that are going to take a 2027 for Westbrook, right? Because you're tanking right now. And then you're basically just getting a draft pick for your successor. Because if you trade for Westbrook, you ain't going to be GMing in 2027 because your team's going to suck. So I don't really think there's anybody that can take him. I can't imagine one team that would take him except for OKC because they just seem fine. And I think Presti knows that he's going to be there forever. I think, Presti's got that cachet.
Try to get Josh Giddey. He would play great with LeBron.
I don't think they would give up Giddey for Westbrook. I think they would give up
Westbrook in a first rounder.
Why would you give up Giddey for Westbrook, though? Giddey's your future.
I don't understand it, but I'm saying from the Lakers point of view.
Well, yeah, of course, from the Lakers' point of view. But I'm saying there's no point of view for any other team in the NBA. Like, for example, as a Rockets fan, what would you give up for Westbrook?
They already tried that mess. You know, the media doesn't like us, so they tried the LA writers tried to throw him on us.
Yeah, but as a Rockets fan, you wouldn't even give up.
Like, hell no, they tried to say they were going to.
You wouldn't even give up Christian Wood for Westbrook. You wouldn't even give up Christian Wood.
No,
that's how bad
John Wall fit the whole season, and they tried to trade John Wall for Westbrook and said it was going to do a buyout. The Rockets still said hell no. Like Raphael Stone's over through with Westbrook. He's so glad he got him off the books. You think he's going to take that on again? No way. Because as you said, he's been exposed. The stigma's out there on him. Everybody knows he's just in these times you can't play the style of basketball he plays. He's just not a smart basketball player. He tries with so much effort, but he has these mental lapses in the most crucial parts of the game. He
quits playing defense too. Is Ham going to bench him?
If Ham benches him with the kind of coach that Ham is, they'll get a major explosion in the locker room between him and Westbrook. Do
you think he don't care? Do you think? I mean,
no, I don't really think
best for the team.
He's a tough guy. He's got shot before and everything. He's a tough dude.
Yeah, I saw his little quotes.
Yeah. Ham is a tough guy, man. He's from around the way, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up in his face, and then you don't know Westbrook might call up the squad. He's from right around the corner. He might call up the squad. There's a lot of back stuff.
What's he gonna do? Show up wearing a dress? Man. He ain't like that no more. Dude wears a dress. Dude ain't gonna do nothing to Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham's a real dude. Westbrook wears dresses.
Yeah, he wears dresses, but he has money. And when you have money from where he's from, you have a lot of idiots who are ready to do whatever you ask them to do. You know what I mean? Because it's all about the money. Those idiots tell them, hey, man, that skirt looking great. Long as he keeps paying that, as long as he keeps paying that lease for them on that house that they're getting for that car. Believe that. He definitely got some knuckleheads in LA that'll do some work for him. But
all right, look, why don't you give out your pick? That's enough about NBA players wearing dresses. Yeah. I'll throw it up on the screen. You break it down.
Hey man, gotta roll with the Celtics, man. It's time for poetic justice. We've talked about it. If anyone was watching this game as a unbiased, non-Warriors fan, or if you were betting with the Celtics, you were very displeased with the whistle in game 2. But as Spread said, this is the reason that everybody watches college basketball more than they watch the NBA. For one, you have the finality of one game that decides it all, so that way it can be an actual upset. So people are tuned in, watching for this because it matters so much. This one game, it's the series, and the NBA did this for a reason. One, to maximize the dollars that they could earn from it, but two, to make sure that the best team over time in the series would win, and that it wouldn't be a situation where it was a one-time thing and an upset could occur. The NBA has always been about pushing, toward the favorites and towards the people that they're trying to push to
market.
Their
marketing.
So it's always been like that. As Spread said, we're expecting the seesaw, so don't be surprised if the Warriors win Game 4. Don't be surprised at all.
That's why I didn't want to talk today. I just can't wait till our next show when I can count my guys.
So we're gonna so let me start giving these fluff numbers that really don't matter, because we know what the only number that matters, and that's number 48. But we're gonna tell you, all right, the Celtics are 12-2 against the spread the last 14 games after a loss. You guys know I've been preaching since earlier in the year on the show. The Celtics don't lose back-to-back games. They just don't. It doesn't matter who's the ref about that. We've seen that.
They don't win back-to-back games either, but that don't come.
They don't win back-to-back. But they're going. They're making that 5 that me and Ski I want to bet him on. He'll be really hurting right now. We're gonna have Ski on tomorrow too. We already texted this morning. He had woke up a little late. We're supposed to have him on today, but we ended up.
Yeah, I need some backup, man. I need some.
Yeah, I know y'all gonna dump me tomorrow.
I'm getting ganged up on every show, everything I do, every chat, everything. I'm getting ganged up on.
Look, I copy and pasted every heckle that I sent you and sent it to him when I was talking about Scott Foster after they signed him this morning. I was in there doing the money dance after they signed Scott Foster, man. I'm telling you. I was like,
and the good thing is, remember I said the ref assignments, it's 9 a.m. Eastern. So we're going to get them at every time for us, no matter what time when we're
okay, so 6 a.m. they go up.
That's good.
All right, so and also just some more fluff stats. The Celtics are 7-1 against the spread off of 2 days rest this year.
Why are these fluff? These are good stats.
Man, we already know this has nothing to do with anything.
These are good stats. This is not fluff.
We're gonna make you feel better about your bet. So the Warriors are 1-5-1 against the spread their last 7 overall meetings with the Celtics. They struggled with them the past 2 seasons, and as we already know, it's because of the wings. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are pretty much the kryptonite for the type of offense that can hurt the Warriors. We know that the Warriors struggle with that. They don't really see too much of that in the West, where they got these huge 6'10" versatile small forwards that can knock down threes and also make plays for the team and also finish at the rack and threaten the rim. So they've had trouble with the Celtics over the past 2 seasons. Also, surprisingly to me, the Warriors are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 road games against winning teams. So obviously they haven't performed as well as they do at Chase Center. And you already know the most important thing is number 48 is in the lineup tonight, and the Celtics are 12-0 when my guy the extender is officiating. So let's see if we can take the 13-0 tonight, man. We're gonna do the first half -2.5 and the game -3.5. The reason we're gonna double bet it is even if we lose the first half, which I don't expect that we do.
I don't think so. I actually like the first half bet better.
Even if
they're gonna come out crazy.
That's what I'm thinking too. But it all matters, the Celtics, they can do everything they want to help them, just like the Nets. Remember, they did all that to help them, but they couldn't make a 3. If they can't make a 3, it don't matter.
I think that place gonna be crazy tonight, and we all know, like, regardless of referees, regardless of this and that, these other guys, these Derek Whites, Grant Williams,
Grant Williams
better at home.
He's due a big game. Yeah, he's due a big game. Yeah, he's due a big game. I like him over on the threes tonight, over 1.5 too, just as a lean. I think because he hasn't really been a factor too much in the series. I think his main assignment has been to try to get under Draymond's skin as much as he gets under the Celtics skin. So I think he's not even worried about offense. He's just zoned out on, when I get in, find Draymond and scuff it up with him, But he's at home. He does play really well. He's going to get a lot of corner 3 looks. From the way the Warriors were playing them, they played some zone. I wouldn't expect them to go. I expect them, to go back to their zone a little bit tonight. Like I said, if the Celtics are hitting their threes, they'll cover the first half, and then you'll never be able to catch up on the 3.5. That's why we're going to do the split from the beginning of the game, because that way if the Celtics go up 10 at halftime, you still got a great number. So we're going to split it like that. Thoughts on the game tonight, Spread?
You summed it up. I'll argue with you on Friday. we don't got the good content today. We already know how tonight's going.
You guys see what's on his chest.
I'm rude. You all know, full disclosure, that's who I want to win. But wanting someone to win don't mean I'm gonna bet it.
And you see what's on my chest.
I'm with you there more because just because I want the Warriors to win doesn't mean that's a good bet. It's not a good bet tonight, in my opinion. So
okay,
maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. Right? It's been kind of discouraging the way the referees have affected these results, and even if Foster wasn't in there, right? This happens a lot because it's happened forever in the NBA where there's missed calls and right. I mean, I was arguing with you yesterday, right? And we're doing fun for content, right? But those were moving screens and they send them into the league. And the even if Scott Foster wasn't being out there, they're going to say, hey, we're not going to let this happen again. Like they did have a good point, right? Mm-hmm. So I hope just from a fan's sake that okay, that's fine. Call those moving screens because, you sent me a couple videos or maybe other people did, right? But I've seen a couple where I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's a moving screen. I just hope they don't give Steph a couple ticky-tack fouls and send him to the bench off just some straight BS. Like, call the moving screens, that's fine. Call the blatant fouls, that's fine. But if they send him to the bench in the first 6 minutes, I'm just going to be so disappointed. It'll be really disappointing, but I think you're on the right side. I agree with you today. What's up?
I got a question for you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. I was done.
Real quick, how the hell is kept as a Poole moved up to the third most likely to win the MVP just because he made a 35-foot 3-pointer? What the hell has he done this whole?
I didn't see that.
Dude, he moved up. They showed me yesterday.
I don't bet those awards though.
But
I'm not a big award.
I don't bet them either. But
my buddies love those awards, and there is great value. Like, for example, I know a bunch of people who loaded up on Hero 6 Man of the Year before the season. That was a great play. That was a great pick. I just hate having
Brown. I got Jaylen Brown 7+ 750
as an MVP.
Yeah, I got that before the series started. I gave it out on the bench.
I think they give it to Tatum no matter what. I think they're just going to give it to Tatum.
Yeah, because the way he talks and the stuff, they got some plans for him, huh?
And like you said, marketing, he's the guy they market. And I think that's why Brown gets frustrated because you listen to Boston media and you listen to national media and you would think that Tatum's way up here and Jaylen Brown's way down here. But in my mind, they like here.
I told you. Yeah, just like
when it comes to defense, I think they even. So it's
I
like
personally like Jaylen more just because to me he's more fluid in the hips. He's more fluid in the hips. He's a better finisher around the cup. Tatum, his length allows so much growth. You know what I mean? Because he's already a dead-eye shot maker. So you can't teach the kind of scorer he is. He was like that at Duke. He's a scorer.
Yeah.
6'10", you know what I'm saying? He plays unbelievable defense. He plays like a big man on defense with great lateral movement. Mm-hmm. But on offense, he has so much that he can add still. So that's why I think that the potential for him is unlimited. If someone can teach him how to play on the box better, he plays horrible on the box. Like, you see what type of shot. Like, he's going to get all those calls tonight. His only move, he likes to go
I know. We should bet him 20+ over free throws.
He does the same thing every time he goes and try to go under you and make you hit him. But they weren't giving him in Golden State. They'll give it to him tonight. But that's the only move that I see him do to the rack. He needs to get some better moves, man. He just got to get more fluid in the hips, man. Take the off season and work on his 15-foot and below game because he's a great deep shooter, great mid-range shooter. He just around the cup. He doesn't try to dunk on people or anything. But Brown, he got some finesse in this game, and he'll try to posterize you if you're slipping. So we'll see the game tonight. We'll see if the extender continues to extend. We'll see if the NBA decides to right its wrongs from a game.
It wasn't wrong.
Tonight, Draymond will be sitting down in the first quarter. He might be kicked out the game by halftime. I can't
Hey,
wait.
they go foul him out. He can do a podcast before the game's even over.
Yeah, have a podcast at halftime. He'll be like in the Boston locker room doing the podcast. His mind is he's already checked out. He can't wait to get to the media, just talk. His dude has the longest press conferences I ever seen. Like,
I love him though. I
you
think
sit
he's
there
great.
for 20 minutes disrespecting every dude from the 80s and 90s, and one of them
so
gonna walk up
funny
on
to
him
me.
and just slap him to the floor. Like one of those dudes who like Kevin Willis or somebody from the Hawks, big
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Willis, Otis Thorpe or somebody, they gonna come
Yeah.
see him and just slap him to the floor at the NBA party. Like, sit down somewhere. All right,
Yeah,
man.
I love it, man. I'll tell you what, I'd rather listen to a Draymond Green press conference than Steph or Jason Tatum.
He just don't know how to cut it off. He gets so irritating because he thinks he's so smart. He gets redundant. Like, want to make sure that you caught his points, man. Just wrap it up. Come on, man.
All right, on that note, we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Right, man. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on the Wager World. Follow my guy Spread Astaire at Spread Astaire. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, Spread Astaire. Follow me at 5 Star in Vegas. Spell out the 5. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, 5 Star in Vegas Sports Investments. We're here every day, Monday through Friday on SCOON TV. Subscribe to SCOON TV. Best of luck, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.